Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. Got a battle on the Karelia map, and we've got arkkiz from one of our clan, and he's in an unusual TD, the Waffentrager E100. Now, this tank was removed from the game about 5 years ago, replaced with the Guerrilla 15, because it was basically an overpowered tank, and Wargaming have used it in various events like the Waffentrager event that's running at the moment, and you can earn rental to be able to play this tank. Now, there's rumours that this might come back into the game. I can't confirm that at this point, but a lot of signs pointing to that. So anyway, if you're not familiar with the Waffentrager E100, you can see it's based on the E100 hull with a pretty large gun, but the main characteristic is it's an autoloader. So 128mm, 352 pen on the premium round APCR with 1500 meters per second. It's one of the highest in the game. Shell velocity for the premium round, and the second base shell is, there we go, 276. So the main characteristic of the gun, however, is the autoloader. That's what most people are interested in. You can pretty much clip out quite a few tier 10s, 5-shot autoloader, 2-second intra-clip time, and as you can see, very fast rate of fire because of that. And also you can see, look at the aim time is also pretty amazing. So he's just pumped his first clip into the WOTCCASIA E100 and gotten 4 penetrations, so 2200 damage. That would wipe out a lot of tier 10s, particularly mediums. And that E100 WOTCCASIA must be feeling a bit sad at this point, but that's basically what they can do. But now what you can see, the reload time is around about 55 seconds, so you've got to be in a obviously pretty safe place. There you go, WOTCCASIA 130 hit points left. So yeah, it's not a lot left once a Waffentrager E100 is sort of finished with you. So it's just taking a risk there, sitting in the open. And he's got a little bit of cover here, but arkkiz can basically wipe him out. No, he's not reloaded in time, so there you go. That's the sort of downside of the gun, but that just sort of gives you a bit of a limit on how many clips you can pump out. It's got plenty of ammo. You're not going to run out of ammo. Well, most likely not going to, but you certainly got to deal with that intra-clip, the reload time. Alright, so he's running a full food thing, and the other thing about using this rental tank, it's a bit of a downside, is you will actually have to retrain your crews to use it. So you've got a Guerrilla 15 crew, or any TD German crew, obviously you can retrain them. My recommendation is, unless you've got the gold to spare, is to use credits to retrain, because you get to 80% level with that, and that's, you know, pretty straightforward there. If you're spending gold, obviously it's 200 gold per person to retrain them, and it will cost you, I think, 2400 gold all up to retrain a crew, and of course then you'll have to train them back again for whatever vehicle you want to put them back in again. So it's a bit of a downside there, but if you use silver, not so bad. And you know, you probably will only, most people will probably only get 1 or 2 clips at the most off. Its armor is practically non-existent. If you get spotted, and there you go, Waffentrager E100, you could be using standard shells here, but clearly you've got to load your clip for whoever you think you're going to come up against. And that Waffentrager on the other side there is now definitely a one-shot. So arkkiz going for the reload. He's not going to get that clip off again. No point waiting. But the interesting thing is he's not receiving any blind shots back again, but the enemy's basically been sort of put off, I would guess. Got a couple of tanks on the hill, but they're not pushing around, so at this point anyway. So mobility wise, it's not that mobile, but not that slow either. It's a pretty average cross-country speed, and so you can get from place to place relatively quickly, even though it's got an E100 chassis. It's not as slow as an actual E100 heavy tank. But yeah, what this game is really going to show you is basically how to play this tank. So as you can see, keeping your targets at the edge of view range, if not beyond, as you can see where the enemy Waffentrager E100 was, and there he is back again, and he goes out back to the garage. So arkkiz already up to 3.5k of damage. The game, however, not much in the favour of his team at the moment. They're behind about 4,000 hit points and 2 tanks, so arkkiz basically deciding, alright, no point sitting at the back, we're going to have to make a move here if we take a couple of hits. And you can see it does have 2100 hit points, so enough to sort of keep you busy, but you'd obviously don't want to get caught in the open between multiple guns. I think there's the object 277's been spotted. Where is the object 268? He's not on the hill now, but it looks like he can come up behind this. Oh no, there he is in the corner. So he's taken a big hit, but he's going to go around and try and finish off this 277. 1 shot in, 2 shots, and the 3rd shot will get him. No, he gets taken out by the T-57 Heavy, and there's the object 268B4. He's basically getting out of the way here, but once the 268B4 is fired, then he's got a bit of a reload, and you could send the rest of your clip in. But no need, he gets taken out by the E4. So back on the reload again, and unfortunately just got stunned there by Artie, so it's going to take a little bit longer. If this AMX 13105 gets in, with this autoloader he could clip him out, I would think, but he's just still got just over half his health left, so no problem there. Alright, now just in that short exchange, they've managed to claw back the advantage, so they're slightly up in hit points, and they've got 1 gun in advance. Need to get rid of that AMX 13105, and he gets taken out by the Artie. So it takes away their scouting capability. 2 Arties left, 2 TDs, and 2 medium tanks and a heavy. In fact, there's the heavy tank, the VZ55, but just getting reloaded, not quite enough to get that. No, he's back out, so potentially he's got a shot. No, he's pretty much in hard cover. He's gone behind a rock, but the question is, will he get spotted again? Now, being spotted, of course, you don't want to be spotted while you're firing. The camo of the Waffentrager E100 not that favourable for you, so you want to be double pushed if you can help it. Certainly got plenty of view range. And just looking for targets. So the object 268 up in the distance, but that's beyond draw range, so you won't be able to get a beat on that tank. He only needs to get a sight on the Progetto or the VZ55. Oh, there's the Progetto. Oh, yes, okay. He's got his rear, so no problem there. 1 more, and then 1 more again. He is spotted, but hopefully he's got enough hard cover to stay out of the gunfire of the VZ. And Artie decides to target him, as you would. There you go, the VZ's managed to put 1 shot in. Can he get out of the range of the 2nd shot? Yes, luckily. So, still got 532 hit points left, and he can keep going, but he's touched 6k now. Let's see how much more damage he can get. Now, that VZ firing, unfortunately, didn't expose his position, but the Leopard 1 now coming down to sort that out. Fortunately, arkkiz is not going to be reloaded at the moment to be able to take advantage, but he gets into a position to shoot against whatever gets spotted, and decides to come off the hill. So yeah, just being aggressive here, and you can see this in good TD players play. You know, you only get the best damage out of your gun if you can keep it in the game, but also keep advancing and be in a range to hit the targets that your mediums and light tanks spot. So you certainly don't want to be frontline in this, but well, there's the VZ. No, he's out of range, but he can come up and help pin down the either the Artie or the Udes. and this Fock 155 hasn't been spotted, but the BZ55 gets taken out. So you can see the speed there across territory, even going slightly uphill, is hitting 31k, so it's not too bad. But it does slow down to 12k's going uphill, which is not that exciting. Okay, now he's spotted the Fock 155, and he's been spotted at the same time. Can you get a bead on the Fock? The Fock's pointing the other way. This is interesting. So one shot in, another shot, and don't forget he's got very high penetration here. Aims at the right spot, the director's bar on top, and gets the final pen and takes him out. So 7.5k there to arkkiz. Still 3k of damage left in the game, but is he going to get there in time? He's holding 2 shots back. Can he get a bead on the Udes? Yes, he might just do that. It's unfortunately critical hit. Now, this has got a very accurate gun, but just lets him down at that point. And in fact, he doesn't get anything out of it other than some assisted damage there. And that was the last tank to go, so that is the end of the game. So 7.5k of damage and another nearly 1500 of assisted damage. So that's given him 9k of combined damage, and with 4 kills he's got the high caliber award, doing the most damage and at least 20% of the total hit point pool, and the tank sniper award. Not that surprising. It's also picked up the first class mastery badge. Not really sure how close he would have been to an ace tanker, but we'll see when we look at the base scores. So let's do that now. Alright, so he's finished first on damage, Leopard 1 doing 5.5k and 1157. He's just behind with 1111. Base experience, typically in a tier 10 that would get you the ace tanker, so assuming that there's some good players playing the Waffentrager E100 at the moment, that the level might just be a little bit higher, but it's a bit hard to tell. The AMX M4 did 2.5k, so not spectacular, but solid, and participated to the end, so that was good. The enemy side, the AMX 3105, even though he died early, got the highest rewards there. So, and even damage, yes, even damage. So, oh no, the Object 268 did slightly more, but nonetheless got a lot more XP out of that, but hardly any in return in the end. So, all right, so what did it cost to run? That's what everyone wants to know. So let's have a look at this. So he fired 18 shots, so 5 shots per clip, so that's 4 clips that he got off, roughly. So battle payments received being in clan, and mission payouts for 120,000. So now the battle payments helped. If he didn't have the mission payouts, he would have made 1,000 credits. That's not too bad, but that's really not wasting your shot. So every shot he fired hit, and that's the accuracy of the gun involved there. Only 2 shots didn't pen. So one we saw at the end, and I think one on the E100, Jagdpanzer E100. But so he has made a total of 121,000, but without that mission payout happening, it would have been just pretty minor payout. But he certainly earned his keep with that tank. Anyway, that's the Waffentrager E100 for you, in the hands of a very good player, I must say. A lot of players are only getting 1 or 1.5 clips away before they get wasted because they're just getting a bit too advanced. But certainly thanks arkkiz for providing this glorious content. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please consider doing that. Like more great content to follow. Thanks very much for watching.